Hey guys, and I'm back again with another video, and this time it's going to be upcoming smartphones of 2016. So as you may know, there are tons of smartphones being released this year, but I'm going to be focusing on the bigger ones for now until I make another video about the smaller companies releasing their smartphones. But for now, it's going to be the big boys like Apple, Samsung, LG, and all that. But one of the biggest releases of this year is going to be the iPhone 7, so I want to talk about that first. So the iPhone 7 is expected to have some major design changes, but I really don't think it's going to be that much different from the last iPhone, but we shall see design-wise. And they're supposed to be removing the antenna bands because it supposedly looked ugly on the last iPhone 6s. They're going to make it slimmer by removing the headphone jack, which I think is a bad move because they really don't need to make the iPhone any thinner than it already is. It's already super slim, and they should just leave the headphone jack on there, but Apple looks like it's gonna remove the headphone jack from the next iPhone, and you're gonna have to use the port to listen to your audio, which I think is kind of a bad move, but we shall see how it looks. And also, they're supposed to be changing the port up as well to USB-C, which I kind of feel bad for Apple users because they're going to have to change their cables and all their accessories once again. And two other notable changes that the iPhone is going to have is the battery life and the storage, which I really think are good moves from Apple, because those are really two of the main problems from the iPhone last year, the storage and the battery life. Battery life sucked, and there just wasn't enough storage in the 16 gigabyte version, and there really is no reason to still have a 16 gigabyte phone right now unless you have expandable storage. With the iPhone, you don't have expandable storage. So with the new iPhone, you're supposedly going to have an option to get a 256 gigabyte version, which is a lot of storage, as well as have a 3100 milliamp battery, which is pretty good, but we'll just see how the battery life lasts on the next iPhone. So the HTC M10 is coming out this year, later this year, and I just wanted to add it to this list because it's going to be the phone that's either going to make or break HTC, because they had a really tough time last year, and this phone is really going to try and dig them out of the hole that they had last year, and hopefully it's going to fix their smartphone game. But you could expect the HTC M10 to have fully upgraded specs, camera-wise, processor-wise. Everything is supposedly going to be better and up to par with the smartphones coming out this year, like the Galaxy S7 and the other phones as well. So hopefully this will dig them out of the hole that they were in. But it's supposedly going to have a 23 megapixel camera, fingerprint sensor, 3000 milliamp battery, Snapdragon 820, and basically all the specs that you would expect from phones coming out this year. The next one I want to talk about is the Galaxy S7, which of course is going to be a spec beast of a phone. Samsung always gives the best specs with their new releases, but that doesn't always mean that it's going to be the best phone out there, because specs isn't everything. But of course, it's going to be a really spec heavy phone. So it's going to have a Snapdragon 820, of course, 4 gigs of RAM, probably the highest megapixel count from any Galaxy phone that you've seen. It might bring back the micro SD card slot. The screen could be bigger, maybe a 4K display, and it's just going to be a fully spec'd out beast. I don't really know that much about the design yet, but it should look similar to last year's model, and of course you can expect the greatest specs from Samsung on this one. And I also forgot that the camera is going to be better, obviously, and also it's going to have a USB Type-C port. So the LG G5 is, I think, going to be the best phone coming out this year because of the major design change as well as the specs on this thing, because it really is a beast from what I'm seeing on the rumors and stuff. So of course the design is going to be completely different. There's some pictures out there and it looks pretty good. It's also going to have a fully spec'd out spec sheet, as it has the Snapdragon 820, the Adreno 520, 2560 by 1440 display, 525 pixels per inch, and it's going to have 4K support on the camera. Supposedly it's going to have a really good camera because of their manual mode, and it also is going to have a 4000 milliamp battery, which is going to be hopefully really great for battery life. So LG G5 is definitely going to be my favorite phone coming out in 2016. And another favorite feature that I think is probably one of the best features of LG phones is that it has micro SD card support, and this one's supposedly supposed to have 200 gigabyte support for the SD cards, which is, I think, one of the best features out of any phone, because expanding the storage is definitely important to me since I do have a lot of stuff on my phone, as probably many of you do. And that's basically it for this video, guys. If you did like these type of videos, make sure to leave a thumbs up to show your support, and also comment your favorite smartphone coming out this year and a smartphone that I may have missed, but I might include them in the next video, which will be phones from smaller companies being released this year. But I'm really excited for the phones coming out this year, and thanks for watching, guys, and make sure to follow me on social media. I changed my handle. It's now Denzel Garcia _, so it's a little bit easier to find me. So if you could follow me there, that'd be great. But for now, I have to say bye, and I'll see you in the next one.